Hi, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video we're going to go and have a look at some of our top pick hybrid oilseed rape varieties. It's the 3rd of March and we're just catching the varieties as they're starting stem extension in the spring. So both these varieties, either side of me now, are Duplo, and Duplo offers us something that the rest of our portfolio doesn't. This is the most vigorous variety that ADM and certainly myself have ever marketed. So as such, it really fits in with the late drilled situations. Easily see this drilled into September. Be a little bit cautious if you're planning on going too early with it. I certainly wouldn't advise going July drilling with this, because the vigour is just too much in the autumn. And then sort of middle of August onwards really is where we would see this variety in its prime drilling slot. So certainly growers who are planning rapeseed after wheat, where you've got that little bit later harvest, then this Duplo is an outstanding variety in those situations. We're here on the 3rd of March, and we can see here that there's stem extension starting to happen. There's a few visible flower buds now just starting to make an appearance too, which puts it way ahead in the spring of a lot of the other varieties in this trial too. So spring vigour, anybody who struggles with pigeons throughout winter and into early spring, again, Duplo is a good bet in that situation. It's also supported by a sale or return scheme, so that will allow growers to return a maximum of 75% of their seed order. That gives you an opportunity to get seed on farm and make sure that you've got it there and ready for if the ideal sowing window appears, as opposed to waiting for the window to come and then ordering your seed only to find that your preferred variety may not be available for another week or so, and you miss that opportunity. So Duplo, really vigorous, and for us offers a fantastic option in the top picks. So this is DK Excited. So DK Excited is our hybrid that we would focus on for the early drillers. So if you're wanting to follow the combine straight out the field after it's taken the winter barley off, this is the hybrid that we would advocate for putting in that position. It has a good initial amount of vigour in terms of getting up to sort of the 4 true leaf stage, which is generally where the plants are at most risk from flea beetle. And then as it gets later on into the season, sort of into October, November, we find that as a variety it slows its growth up and goes dormant a lot quicker than some of the other varieties that we're looking at today. So early drilled, absolutely fantastic on this. Also supported by the Bayer establishment scheme, where you can claim up to £100 per pack that fails to establish back. So that equates to about £30 a hectare at a standard sowing rate. DK Excited, TUYV resistance, pod shatter, and the RLM7 FOMA resistance too. So fantastic package and a great variety. So this is Matrix. This is our Clearfield offering of choice. Very high yielding, the highest yielding Clearfield that's available at the moment. We've also got Turnip Yellow's resistance in it, which is not too many Clearfield varieties that have that combination. For us, this is the undisputed best option in terms of a Clearfield variety as we sit in the market at the minute. The Clearfield varieties themselves have seen somewhat of a decline from their height 3-4 seasons ago, namely thanks to the changes in new chemistry that are coming on board. So particularly thinking about Belcar, the Arolex product, which has increased the level of broad weed control in non-Clearfield varieties. Where Clearfield still very much has a place is for those growers that have specific cruciferous weed issues, whether that be charlock, hedge mustard, those types of crops, those types of weeds. The Clearfield chemistry still remains very good on those cruciferous weeds. But Matrix, very good in terms of the Clearfield options. So this is LG Avaron. Now this is again another extremely vigorous variety, perhaps capable of being sown a little bit earlier than the Duplo. so we would sort of separate the two of them in that respect. But we've got 4 traits in this, so we've got the RLM7, we've got the turnip yellows, pod shatter, and we also have the N-flex characteristic too, which we see in a couple of the limigrain varieties. N-flex increases nitrogen use efficiency, which obviously nitrogen at the moment is a very topical point, and generally rapeseed is a pretty good crop to mop up any reserves of nitrogen in the soil, and these N-flex varieties in particular make the most of those reserves that are there without any more artificial input to the crop themselves. We've had a lot of very happy customers with this over the couple of years. We've actually offered this on an establishment scheme, and we're yet to have a claim on this as a variety on any establishment scheme. Anything that we've sold has gone on to produce a viable crop. So that rounds up our top picks. Thank you very much for watching the video.